Grain and livestock markets closed mostly higher Wednesday. This is the American Ag Network. I'm Corryn with this closing market wrap-up. Grain and oilseed futures closed mostly higher, supported by technical buying and a surge in crude oil prices. Corn finished the day up 8 to 9 cents, while wheat gained 3 to 4. Soybeans led the complex higher, closing up 12 to 13, approaching Monday's highs, and soybean oil driving much of the strength after rallying roughly 4%, or about 275 points. In outside markets, crude oil surged again Wednesday, climbing up about $4.50 despite the IEA announcing plans for what would be the largest strategic reserve release in its 50-year history. Severe thunderstorms swept across parts of the Midwest Tuesday night, bringing large hail, damaging winds, and multiple tornadoes. Some communities in Illinois and Indiana reported baseball-sized hailstones, while a long-track tornado caused significant damage as it moved from eastern Illinois into northwestern Indiana. Wheat futures were also supported by the strength in corn and soybeans, along with renewed geopolitical tensions tied to the U.S. Iran conflict and the rally in crude oil following Iranian drone attacks on ships in and around the Strait of Hormuz. However, concerns about export demand remained a negative factor as the conflict has pushed ocean freight and insurance rates higher. In export news, Algeria's state grains agency, OAIC, was believed to have purchased 150,000 to 200,000 metric tons of optional origin milling wheat in a tender that closed Tuesday for restricted shipments to 2 ports. Livestock futures closed lower across the board Wednesday amid the same geopolitical concerns and higher energy prices. Live cattle and feeder cattle futures were also pressured by weaker cash markets. April lean hog futures tested session lows near $95.25, with additional chart support noted around $94.10 and nearby resistance between $96.33 and $96.63. Live cattle futures opened lower and extended losses through the session, with most contracts finishing near their daily lows. Taking a look at closing numbers, May corn up 8 at $4.60 and a quarter. May soybeans up 12 and a quarter at $12.27 and a quarter. May wheat up 3 3/4 at $5.94 3/4. May Kansas City wheat up 4 3/4 at $6.13 and a half. May Minneapolis wheat up 3 at $6.38. Moving over to the livestock complex, we've got April live cattle down 222 at $230.15. March feeder cattle down 462 at $348.72. And April hogs down 87 at $95.20. Thanks for joining me for this closing market wrap-up. I'm Corryn with the American Ag Network.